What's good? What's good? What's good, good people? Welcome out to
Good.
the Bars and Buckets
Yeah,
podcast crew.
let's do it.
First and foremost, we appreciate you all with your flexibility today, man. It's been a wild one, but we wasn't gonna leave y'all hanging, man. We appreciate y'all checking in today. Big Reg is having some technical difficulties, so whenever he joins us, we'll make sure we bring him on. But again, man, we just want to shout out to you all, our fans, our crew that check in every week. Man, bro, I can't believe it's been a month, man. We just 4 episodes in, man.
Yeah, man. Four
Uh,
episodes in, we still here, and we've been getting better every week. We getting a few more viewers every week, man. So it's love. It's love.
man,
I'm
straight up,
excited.
most deaf. So today gonna look a little different, man. We ain't won't have no free throws today, so this go be a little crazy. But
Yeah,
and but bro, in place of talking about free throws, man, with us being in the month of March, man, I want to give a shout out, man, to the women, bro. Women History Month,
yep, yep.
especially our sisters, African American sisters. Those of you who are doing amazing things and making an impact in your community, your careers, man, from the Bars and Buckets crew, man. We certainly want to send our appreciation and celebrate our women out here, man,
Definitely,
doing great things.
definitely. Yeah. Salute to our sisters.
So,
Salute to Queens.
yeah. So today, man, we got quite a few things on the plate today that we want to jump into. We've had a few things come down our radar this week. So, we excited to kind of, you know, hit y'all up with a few things, man. But first and foremost, since we talking about hometown and we talking about being here in the city of Shy, man, let's talk about these Bulls, man. Let's talk about this, you know, second half of the season. They got the second hardest strength of schedule
Mm-hmm.
to finish out, man. We know they're not healthy, and they're still trying to get healthy. We know about them. We know that they are, kind of struggling a little bit, man, to
Yeah.
finish out games and turnovers and energy, man. So what you been picking up, man, from the boys, man? What they need to do to kind of right this ship a little bit.
Well, one, I'm noticing that they don't have the best record when it comes to playing teams over 500. So all these contenders that they have, well, the few contenders that are out there are on their schedule. So I mean, I see like they play the Bucks what 3 times before the
Hmm.
in the next couple weeks. I know they got them
Yeah.
Friday. I mean, they got Atlanta tomorrow. They got to be careful with that one. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? They got to be careful with that one.
Hmm.
And then let's see. I mean, you got the Bucks Friday, then Monday they got the 76ers. So that's three tough ones right there. That's three tough ones. So um, let's see. The Cavs, the Jazz, the Suns, March 18th, Toronto, March 21st, the Bucks again on the 22nd. What they're gonna have to do is, man, they gotta get into they're gonna have to lock in defensively. Like their next few practices need to just be um, strengthening their defensive identity.
Mm.
Like, all right, what are
Hmm.
we gonna do? And now, now that they have Tristan Thompson, bring him into the fold more.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna have to tell them young bigs how to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? He's been on teams, successful teams. So they need to do that and work on ball movement. It shouldn't all just be stuck on DeMar DeRozan and Zach
Hmm.
LaVine to just go out there and get buckets.
Right.
Now this the time where these other guys gonna have to step up a little bit. I mean, yeah, Io and Kobe, they've been doing their thing, but now we need a little more. We need a little more, until we get, Alex Caruso and people like that back, Patrick Williams, So everybody gonna have to, what I'm saying, give. I know they're giving 110. They're gonna have to give 120 now.
Right. Right.
Um, and I think maybe grabbing a big. I mean, like I just seen who was that? DeAndre Jordan is available.
Mm-hmm.
And they need somebody like that. And he's a rim protector. You know what I'm saying? He gonna block a lot of shots. He gonna grab rebounds. And on the pick and roll, you better stick with him or
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
On your head.
Look up, Marlon. Say
Say
cheese.
cheese.
So hey, that's what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah, man. So you brought up some interesting points, man. Bully also, and I think he a little biased. He did say we got a great team, so I appreciate that. Nice core to build around. Yeah, the young boys. I mean, they got a little work to do, but the biggest thing for me is, and you brought it up too, is that beginning of the year, man, they were like a top 5 team defensively in efficiency, man. Do you think that the do you think that us missing Caruso and Ball really made that big of a drop off for us on the defensive end?
Yeah. Reason I say that is because those were the guards. They had that defensive pressure up top. You know what I'm saying? So with them not getting at them not being there, those um, opposing guards are getting to the lane. They wreaking a lot of havoc once they get in the paint and dish to a shooter. If you pay
Mm-hmm.
attention, the Bulls been giving up a lot of jump shots, like
Right.
open jump shots, and a lot of dunks because people getting right. They getting right in the mix of everything, dishing off. Somebody open, they gonna knock it down. They professional basketball players. They gonna knock it
Mm-hmm.
down. And if they got a big man with some heart, he's gonna punch your ticket. That's it. He gonna punch your ticket. He gonna be on top of you, creating a poster.
Yeah.
So those Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso
Caruso.
were
Integral parts
definitely,
of it. Yeah.
yeah, of that
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah. And I think another name you mentioned too, Tristan Thompson, which is our new addition, man.
Mhm.
These last few games, man, especially like to close out the games. Um, the one thing I noticed, and I get why Billy's trying to go Vooch's way for the offensive side. But I think in the closing moments, or at least in like close games like that, I think Tristan Thompson needs to see the floor a little bit more, just based off of his versatility.
Mhm.
Based off of his, he has a pedigree.
Right.
Especially on the defensive end. I was
Mhm.
watching the clip the other day, man, where he was like literally out there directing traffic,
Mhm.
like no, you go up there, I got this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying, and
And
putting
that's what they
people,
need.
and that's what they need. You know what I'm saying? They
So
need somebody back there.
they're gonna have that trade off, like where you see them doing like late game situations where Vooch is playing offense, then they call
Mm-hmm.
that timeout of cause that foul, so so they can get the sub in and let Tristan Thompson come in and play the defensive end. So you may see that on and off, you know, in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that probably can be, I think the biggest thing is them catching the rhythm, man. Like they just, right now with so many people, being in and out, and we of course we Bulls ain't the only team suffering from injuries and all that stuff or whatever the case may be.
Right,
But I think they have I think their continuity is a little better where they shouldn't be struggling as much, right?
right.
It's different when you have a team that really the chemistry ain't there. Another thing you mentioned was the ball sticking,
Mm-hmm.
which the ball didn't really stick earlier in the year. It was moving.
Lonzo be pushing that boy,
Alonzo was pushing that boy. He was getting
moving
it
it.
to, so that point guard play, man, I mean, has definitely impacted us as a team. Um, but I think that they can, and I think we just got to get these boys healthy, man. I think it's no, when I look at the East, I mean, the East has a few teams that stand out, but I think from a health standpoint, if they're healthy and the mentality is right, man, I think they can compete. But it's going to be a tough stretch. Like I said, the schedule that they have to close out this year, man, they are playing a lot of teams over 500, so they're going to have to bring it.
I agree with you, man. Like you spot on with it. Spot on with it. Um, Even with moving the ball. Alex Caruso was a decent ball handler. Like moving the ball, he was decent at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it didn't stick when it came his way. So him and Lonzo definitely moved that ball. And I think Lonzo there, it just gives that flow that everybody just want to pass the ball. Everybody want to move the ball. It gives better movement.
Facts. Big Reg, welcome to the show, Brody.
Man, am I on this joint, man? What the
Man,
hell?
you own this joint, man. What's up, man?
I'm about to call 12 people and curse them out, man. I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get no connection. My phone was going in and out. My laptop was going in and out. Boy, I had to pull a whole bunch of your digs. But what's up, man? Damn, man. I'm late, everybody, man. What we on? What we talking about?
Man, so, we just started off the show, man, letting them know that, this week we playing it a little safe, man. We ain't really hit them with the free throws, man. But, in place of free throw, we gave a shout out to our sisters, man. We gave a shout out to the women. This being March is Women's History Month. So we gave a shout out on behalf of the crew just to say, thank you and keep making an impact. We appreciate all that you do. And then we jump right into the Bulls, man. We talking about this strength of schedule. You got the second hardest schedule left for the remainder of the year. Talked about trying to get healthy. And me and bro talked a little bit about utilizing Tristan Thompson a little bit more in situations to close games. Because, what I've noticed recently, man, is that our defense has fell all the way off, man. So to the beginning of the year, we were top 5 in defensive efficiency and in terms of what we did. So I think we got to get back to the root of that. Corn also mentioned, making sure that ball don't stick, so moving the ball. So, man, we just really just kicking back right now, talking about, giving a little recap and talking about the Bulls and how we got to, fix some things the second half of the season, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, so first of all, can everybody hear me good, decent? Straight?
You all good, brother.
So look, man, y'all know, the guys know, before the season started, what I was saying. What was my first thing I was saying about the Bulls?
You said the Bulls were going to the championship.
Right.
Bulls and championship, Bulls and fold, Bulls and, Nah, the first half of the season, man, we surprised a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Debo been snapping and taking the league by storm. People is giving him his flowers. They've coming out publicly and giving him his flowers, you know what I'm saying, which is respected for. We battled some injuries and stuff like that. We had some rocky games or whatever, but it's towards the halfway mark of the season and towards the, during the show, we're going to give all the mid-season MVPs awards, out to what we think it is. But the Bulls right now scare me because 20 games left. We are about 2-12, 2-13 against teams over 500. Right now, if the playoffs started today, we'll be facing the Brooklyn Nets, which would be a not so. I don't want to face KD in the first round. I mean, I just not a good feel for where I see the Bulls at. Give me Atlanta. Give me, I don't know, Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Give me somebody around there. Cavs. I don't want to see Giannis. I don't want to see Embiid. I don't want to see KD in the first round. So most people would say right now the best bet for the Bulls is to keep losing because we don't want to go against seeding is everything, and especially because the games are so close in the Eastern Conference, right? One game behind each other, 2 games behind each other like that. The defensive point, because we haven't had Caruso, who does a lot of on the ball pressure, half court pressure, and things like that. Lonzo, who's a good defensive point guard. P. Will, who's a good defensive forward. All these people who are set the defensive identity. It's kind of showing itself. So I think the Bulls. We do got a tough schedule coming up as well, but if we don't win of these next 20 games, we are in danger of facing either the Nets, the Sixers, which I think the Sixers is going to quietly creep up a little bit, or the Bucks. So do y'all? I mean, I still fuck it, I still won't go with the Bulls in 7. But do y'all still think the Bulls can win those series in the first round?
Yeah, man, those are definitely some tough outs right there. Like, right, you know what I'm saying? I think that I think Giannis is, of course, just on a mission. Like he is who he is right now. We joked a little bit, but we were serious when we said it's Embiid's team, right? So as he goes, that team goes. So that'll certainly play a piece. And we don't have an answer for that at all. Neither one of them, right? But I do think that at full strength, we could at least make it a competitive battle. I think that if we enter that without full strength, we don't have a chance. We can't. That we not winning against none of them teams with Matt Thomas in the starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta have our dogs back, our dogs ready. And if they are, then we'll be okay. I mean, I still think it's gonna be tough though, either way. Because they do have a little bit more on the power side in terms of like power figures than we do. DeRozan is playing out of his mind. Zach is trying to get back to himself with that knee. Hopefully, that having it drained and all that stuff put him back in place. But that'll be tough, man. I'm with you that's not what we want to see right out the gate. But the one thing I don't want to do, whoever we play, is don't fold. I don't need you folding nobody. Like, you show up to play. So, but yeah, it'll be tough. It'll be tough.
I like to say, I mean, given that the Bulls are second right now, even if they lost, for example, if they lost 15 of these next 20, let's just say, they still gonna cross paths with one of the monsters anyway, because one of them gonna take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like Brooklyn, Philly, somebody gonna take advantage. The Bulls gonna see them anyway. Now you just switch spots with them.
Give me who is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th seed right now in the East? That'll be the playing games.
7 Toronto, Brooklyn is 8, Charlotte is 9, Atlanta is 10.
Oh, okay. Charlotte,
so either
Atlanta.
way,
okay.
Either way, and Charlotte just grabbed Ibaka and who else?
Well,
no, Milwaukee got Surge. Yeah.
Right. So who did Charlotte just grab? They just grabbed somebody.
They just grabbed IT. And
Isaiah Thomas.
And then they picked up Harold. I mean, I like Charlotte. Charlotte's a sneaky good team, but you said 7 is Toronto, right? And 8 is Brooklyn.
Correct.
Yeah.
How many games is Brooklyn behind Toronto for that 7?
3.5 games.
Ooh.
Well, 3 games. I'm sorry, 3 games. My bad.
That's going to be tough to catch them unless Brooklyn start catching the rhythm. So ideally, we saying right now, if the Bulls is constructed right now, let's say they won half, they split even 10-10, or even a little bit above or less, they gonna face either Brooklyn or Toronto. Now, what is Charlotte's record? You say 8, right?
Charlotte is
9,
and they're 31-33. Brooklyn is 8th.
So how many games is Charlotte behind Brooklyn?
1.5.
Yeah, that's too tight. So I mean, ideally, we're looking at the Bulls even facing one of those 4 teams in the first round: Toronto, Brooklyn, Charlotte, or Atlanta. Out of those 4 teams, who do you think we got the best matchup with in the first round?
I'm gonna go with the best matchup. I'm gonna have to say Charlotte is the best matchup.
Okay.
Atlanta, their team is too long and athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John Collins, you got some dogs that play, you know what I'm saying? And Trae Young, we've been struggling against shooters. Somebody with a burner and lighting the Bulls up. So Trae Young, he didn't hit his groove. He was struggling earlier in the season. He found the shooter that found his shot, man. So it's gonna be tough. I mean, either way, with the Bulls getting in, man, all of these teams
The East is tight.
are decent.
Yeah.
Eastern Conference basketball is back to when we was kids, man.
Yeah. I agree.
Eastern Conference basketball is back. All these teams have respectable rosters, and you got to come and play ball.
Yep.
Now it's gonna come down to coaching. So now, Billy D is I'm saying now we're gonna see what he really made of.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully, they draw up some decent plays that way. Because I hate to see the Bulls get out there and DeMar DeRozan out there shooting 40 shots a game, trying to keep him
Right.
in. He got to score 50, 55 for us to win and all that, man. Like, I want to see team basketball because that's who wins, man. That's who wins.
That's facts. That's facts.
Who you think our best matchup is, eh?
I got to agree with bro on that one, man. I think Toronto gives us fits because of their tenacity, right? They give us fits because they just grind it out. Van Fleet is that dude. He's been overlooked a whole lot in his life, and he's showing people why he shouldn't have been overlooked. So he's definitely worth what he got paid, and he should have. Brooklyn again. That's if we're talking about health and people being fully healthy, you don't want to see that. Like you don't want no parts of that, because they just have too much. Charlotte, Charlotte's up and down. They a young squad, but the experience piece, I think we can win that over them from a star power perspective. And then again, like bro said, Atlanta, they young. I mean, they long, they athletic, got a shooter. So yeah, I think Charlotte does give us, the best option to come out if we have to pick out of that four.
Okay. Well, I would say Charlotte.
I agree with Bully.
What did he say?
Experience matters. It'll be interesting whoever they go against in the first round.
Yeah, experience matters, and that's why I don't want to face Toronto because Toronto still, for the most part, they want to chip. I mean, they still, for the most part, got a lot of those guys together.
Yep.
Same coach,
for the most part. Yep.
Brooklyn, come on, man. That experience, KD, Kyrie, even if he's just there half the games, that's still, they got a good bench.
Kyrie might be back, bro. He talking about in New York lifting that vaccine mandate, man. So,
yeah?
Yeah,
man. Kyrie might be back.
Atlanta. Y'all see last year in the playoffs what Atlanta did, like how that gear turned up with them, that's experience that I think that they are feast off of in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I really want to go against that. So I will say Charlotte, but I will, man, look, the Bulls are a well-coached team. They deep. They have great shooting. I feel like they have a top 10 defense. Is just putting it all together. I feel like in the first round, if we go against Charlotte, I like us. If we go against Atlanta, I like us. Maybe in a tight 6 or 7 game series. But Brooklyn and Toronto, I don't know. I can go either way, but I'm still going to Bulls. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. But the Bulls also don't need to have like a bunch of 6 and 7 game series.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be tired. If they get to playing in June, they're gonna be burnt out, man. They're gonna be burnt out. They're gonna have to. They gonna need a few 5 games. Like 1-5 games where they really just dominate somebody, man. And typically that's that first round for people that are seated high. You know what I'm saying? And with the East being the way it is right now, man, I don't
it's
see
close.
I don't see them 5 gaming nobody, man. I don't see a sweep. I don't see any of that. Now, I can see them if they had Lonzo and Caruso, and they are back and been doing like basketball activities secretly for the last 2 months that we don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? I see them really coming in and dominating Charlotte in 5 games. You know what I'm saying? They could possibly, get Atlanta in a tight like 5 games where they barely edged them out and stuff like that. But if they do a string of 7 gamers, bro, they gonna be done
Yeah.
when it hit June.
So speaking of halfway marks of the NBA season, once again, thank everybody for tuning in, man. To the bars and buckets, man. Be sure you go subscribe, man. Subscribe, check out the show on Instagram, man. Bars and buckets, YouTube, man. We're trying to get these numbers up, man. So be sure you tell your friends, man, and anything like that, man. We got a special surprise, man, for the first 100 people, man. The first 100 people that subscribe to the channel, to the podcast, to the page and everything, man. We gonna give y'all a special shout out, man. We're gonna be a special free throw. We gonna do it big for y'all, man, for representing with us, right? So speaking of the halfway mark of the NBA, man, I was flabbergasted by what I saw on ESPN about a week ago about mid-season MVPs, mid-season awards, right? And they had the top 5 of the people who universally people was putting in that MVP mark. If the MC was the end today, who will be the MVP? So they had Embiid, they had Jokic, right? They had Giannis, the usual suspects, right? They had DeRozan. They threw DeRozan in there. But the person that took a large leap in the MVP race that surpassed Chris Paul was Ja Morant, right? So I want to know, who is y'all mid-season right now? The season ended today. Who is y'all MVP? Who gets the award?
Well, I'm legit biased to the home team a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you why. However, if it wasn't him, it would be Embiid at this point. But I really, when it comes to DeRozan, man, I wasn't caught off guard like a lot of people are with how he's performing. I think that system plays a lot into what you can do as well. I knew that he still has something left in the tank. And of course, he's motivated, right? He's motivated to prove a lot of people wrong that thought he was done or thought he couldn't be what he is. But it's clear, man. It's clear that he has that it factor. Of course, he needs help to get him, over that hump. But he has the it factor, man. Like he has that drive. He has that drive, you know what I mean? And that you really can't fault him for, right? You can't turn that away. So I mean, right now, just based off of performance, just based off of what he's had to go through and hear, and people tearing him down and saying, "Oh, why would y'all go after DeRozan? He ain't a good fit for your team. He don't have nothing left." Based off of all of that and how he's performing, that's my mid-season MVP.
Debo, okay.
All right. Let's see. I am biased. I mean, I know y'all are more Bulls fans than I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, our group chat go.
Yeah.
But I like what DeRozan has been doing. But I'm almost certain everyone's gonna say DeRozan, so I got to be different. I'm gonna go with Ja Morant.
Ooh.
The reason I say Ja Morant,
the third year guard out of Memphis.
He right now is 43-19 in the West.
Correct.
They have the number 3 seed. Ja Morant just keep getting better, man. He just had 52 the other night. I mean, even though he had that little stretch where he was out and they kept winning, when he got back, they got better. And you seen they got better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ja Morant, man. I like Shorty game, man. Like he's a dog.
He a dog. He is a dog.
Man. And he exciting, man. He exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's posterizing
everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
Okay. So this is what I don't like about this, right? Because do y'all remember when Steve Nash won MVP, right? Matter of fact, back-to-back MVP.
Back-to-back MVPs, yeah.
We
Do
spoke
y'all
about that
know
before.
who he won? Who did Steve Nash beat out MVP both of those years?
Kobe Bryant. But we spoke about that in our first show.
Mm-hmm.
That's because Kobe was dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the sexual assault charge. He was dealing with that case. You know what I'm saying? And to have him as the MVP of the NBA at the end of the day, man, that was a business move.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pre-cancel culture. Like, let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not get canceled.
Right.
Before there was a cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but Nash, he was winning. You know what I'm saying? He was winning. I don't want to take away from Nash
Okay.
at all. He was doing his thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? At that particular time, they was the Suns was scoring under 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? They still had 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Right.
They was getting down
7 seconds or less.
You was getting smacked with a jumper and back
Mm-hmm.
and they was back on defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
y'all know I'm gonna ask this question, right? Is Steve Nash the top 5 point guard of all time?
He's not a top
no.
5.
Okay.
He's not a top 5, but Nash is damn good.
I'm not hating on Steve Nash.
And now that you say it,
let me just say,
why wasn't he in the top 75?
Okay, you see what I'm saying? Like it's a
Nash should have been in, especially if you had people like, because Jason Kidd was in, right?
Kidd was in.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you go, they should have had Nash in there. If Kidd was in,
Kidd might have got the nod off of. He might have got the nod a little bit off that ring too.
Do me a quick little favor. A quick little favor while I make my point. Look up Steve Nash's points and assists the 2 years he won the MVP. I just want to make sure so. Okay, so when we think about the most valuable player in the NBA, right? Mm-hmm. They have different ways of how they view that. Okay, they look at the standard, they look at the team, they look at the person's skill, they look at the age, you look at all this, right? To get that award, basically saying if they take you off of this team, would this team be where they is right now? Basically, right? Mm-hmm. Would this team have the same success that they would have if you was off of this team?
Basically,
which would equate to the most valuable player, right?
Right.
Okay. So if we're talking about, and when I'm thinking about that, I'm always thinking about the Steve Nash thing because that's just something I be just thinking about a lot. But this year alone, you got Embiid, Giannis won last year, but they put him back in there again. So yeah, Giannis, Embiid. I'm sorry, Jokic went last year. Mm-hmm. So you're putting Jokic back in there. Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, Morant, and Debo. Now, realistically, I want y'all to think about this. Take each one of them off that team. Take each one of them off that team. Which team would still make some noise in the conference and have a good record? All the 5 players.
Which team would still make some noise?
They still do some stuff. Have a good record. About above 500.
Above 500.
Yeah, still kind of like flirting with making the playoffs. Just take all of them off that team. Pick one team that would still,
Yeah, Bully. Everybody know Kobe got robbed.
Yeah, sure. We all know that.
That's for damn sure.
Now, the first year Nash won MVP, he was 18.8 points per game, 10.5 assists.
Okay.
4 boards. And Kobe was at 35 points per game, 4 assists, 5 boards, and 1 close to 2 steals a game. Kobe, we already know that. You know what I'm saying?
Like that's not really a debate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we feel you when you talk about it. That's not
Right.
really a bait. But I'm to answer your question though, which team would probably be the most successful if you pull those names off?
Yeah, take them off that team.
I'm going to say Milwaukee.
Okay.
If you pull
If you,
Giannis off the
but
Bucks,
as compared to pulling Embiid off of Philly,
Right.
pulling DeMar off of the Bulls,
The Bulls, right.
pulling who else we say?
Jokic.
Jokic off of
Yeah.
but shoot, they struggling right now though, and he is playing.
What seed is it? The Nuggets in the West right now.
Right? The Nuggets are the 6th seed, 36 and 25.
And okay, and that's without Michael Porter and what's their point guard name? I forgot. Jamal Murray.
Yeah. But I still say I think that I still think Milwaukee would have the better chance just based off of their collection of their team, their roster. Their roster's a little bit deeper to deal with because Giannis did miss some games this year too, and they still were able to win and compete. But I don't see none of these other teams over 500 if you pull them names off. You know what I'm saying? Like not like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I say that this year's MVP, and I compare it to the Nash era when Kobe got robbed. Because anybody with eyes can see that what DeMar DeRozan has done over the last 20 games, 30 games, clutch-wise, just fourth quarter-wise.
Right.
We haven't seen this since they compared him to Wilt fucking Chamberlain. I mean, come on, man. Like, we haven't seen this. You see what I'm saying? So, not saying that the Bulls wouldn't be as good, but when DeMar DeRozan wasn't on the Bulls last year, did the Bulls make the playoffs? They pretty much had the same team.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part, the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they got a better guard,
right? Much better.
It was more pieces with it, man, than just DeMar DeRozan that made this team better. I mean, I'm with you. Like, I feel where you're coming from. I know exactly where you're going. I feel you, but Lonzo had a lot to do with that too.
Yeah,
I mean, even though he's not here,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
The unfortunate part is Zoe ain't giving us 35, 40. You know, but Zoe is giving us what we needed. We needed somebody to run the show efficiently. We needed somebody to up the tempo. We needed somebody to, just have that ridiculous IQ and vision, right? Like, I don't know, man. Like when I look at Lonzo, man, he was another person that got a bad rap coming out of college and I watched him play in college and I'm like, this dude got it, right? And he got to the league and I'm like, man, y'all, what are y'all doing to this dude? And the reality is they weren't allowing him to be him, So the one credit that I would give to Billy D is he like, man, listen, do your thing, right? Play your game. Because when you look at this kid play, man, for real, it's effortless, right? When you look at him play, you like, damn, this, like, you seeing this 3 steps ahead, and I didn't even see that, But so I do think he plays a role in it, but but he ain't gonna give you that power punch in terms of scoring that DeMar gonna give you though.
Well, I also think with Lonzo, his real issue was anybody pay attention. It was the media speculation around him and his pops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once they got off, his daddy's supposed to be like my son, the best basketball player, my boys. He's supposed to do that. He's supposed to do that. But then, the media tried to spin it. And then how the media create narratives. And him being a young basketball player, that started feeding into his head. Now he ain't trusting his shot. Now he ain't doing a whole lot of stuff he should have been doing because he focused on what they going to ask him about his daddy after the game.
Right.
Or what my pop's going to tweet. Now, if you notice, LeVar been quiet. He been quiet, and them boys been able to hoop, man. They've been able to hoop and do their thing and live their life, man. So I'm sure he probably recognized that it was causing a distraction,
Mm-hmm.
even though that's what he should have been doing. But it caused a distraction, and it was hindering Lonzo's game. So, I mean, more power to them,
Yeah.
I think that DeMar DeRozan is going to be first team All NBA this year. I think he's damn near probably going to win the scoring title. Actually, the way he's going, probably going to win the scoring title.
That's interesting.
But I don't think they're going to give him the MVP strictly because I feel like it's between Giannis. I feel like it's between Jokic and Embiid. And I feel like that's not. I mean, Embiid was fucking crying. Y'all remember when he was crying when they lost against Toronto in a couple years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like narrative and story play is big for the NBA as far as these awards go. You see what I'm saying? Jokic was the first, Serbian? What is he? A Serbian? I don't know what he is.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Serbian.
First Serbian kid to win the MVP. Oh my God, we on. Steve Nash is the first, you know what I'm saying, whatever the hell he is, point guard.
Canadian.
Yeah, I feel like storylines is going to fuel this MVP award, you know.
So what would be his first?
Who, Embiid?
Yeah.
Embiid has been preaching the process since I was 12 years old.
Oh, so he's the first to preach the process and win MVP.
It's finally working, you know. We told you how it was gonna work. It is,
oh man.
I mean, I feel like by Harden being there is gonna be a little difficult, but I feel like they're gonna give it to him just because.
Yeah. I mean, like Embiid is at 29.8 points per game. Giannis is at 29.4. He even in the running for it. I mean, LeBron James is at 28.9. So he's third. And then DeMar DeRozan at 28.2.
Oh.
So it's tight. Then Trae Young, 27.9.
Yeah, it's a tight.
Trae Young?
Yeah, really? Then John Morant after that, 27.6. So it can happen. I mean, LeBron James could, you know what I'm saying, slide in.
LeBron ain't winning MVP.
I'm saying the scoring title. I'm saying the scoring title.
Oh, the scoring title. Probably.
It's a possibility he could do that. I mean, but the way Joel Embiid is playing, and I can see him getting it, and he's not gonna pass up any shots to help Hard now. He's gonna get his shots. No. He don't care about none of that.
I gotta admit though, man, I looked at the last two games. They play decent together, man.
That game Sunday they was balling.
Yeah, they got a good little flow to them, man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. They got a good little flow to them. So
and you're right, because it definitely is about
storyline. Yeah.
Thank you. It really is. That's why I feel like, you know, it's gonna be Embiid or Jokic, but DeMar, man. Everybody be get this man his flowers, man. He in his 13th, 14th seat, whatever. Come on, man, he balling out. And I feel like he deserves a little bit more. I mean, in the fourth quarter alone, man, the man he do the same. It's like he go to the same spots.
Can't stop him though.
He is like, what do you do as a coach?
but that's with any player.
Yeah.
Mike went to the same spots. Kobe went to the same. It's where you have the most repetition. Are we gonna get you to your sweet spot? I mean, and they gotta stop it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it. And that's why I was going, because I was going to ask, is DeMar DeRozan MIP eligible?
That is a good question though. Legit. Because what was last year? What did stats look like for last year?
I feel like that's a lot of people in that category that can get that MIP though. I mean, I get it.
Shit, probably not doing what he doing though.
Yeah, that's
Let's see. Last year on San Antonio,
I really feel like the low key sleeper for that MIP award is Van Fleet.
Fred?
Yeah.
He was at 21.6 points per game. Now he's at 28.2. So that's a huge jump.
That's a huge jump.
He's getting close to 2 assists more. His rebounding is down slightly.
I feel like
field goal percentage is down slightly.
Mm.
But he balling. I don't care what
But he
nobody
balling.
say. He's
He
balling.
all that.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
for if I'm DeRozan, I've been in this league 10 plus years. I've been known as a hooper. I get buckets. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Toronto, I was always getting buckets. I went to San Antonio for 3 years. I had it, down 3 years, but I'm in Chicago going back to Boston. It's like I would low key take that as a slap in the face. Like, nigga, I've been balling. What you mean most improved? I've been balling.
But
Right.
has he
You know what I'm
really
saying?
been down? Had a down 3 years? Because I mean, he basically been
Not
averaging
really.
21 points.
Not really.
And I had to take back some stuff I said about him in the past.
Mm-hmm.
He's been balling.
He's been balling, bro.
He's been balling. He always around 22,
20s.
23,
Yeah,
24 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
So DeMar doing his thing, man. He
I don't
doing his
know,
thing.
man. I just, what I can appreciate most in this new era and this 3-point driven league where people literally passing up layups to throw the ball back out to the 3-point line, which drives me fucking nuts. Just so everybody who's listening can understand, I do not agree with the way they play now. It drives me nuts because you're right there at the basket. You have a layup, you have a dunk. You take the points. You don't throw it back out. But anywho, what I appreciate most about him is he's analytics, bitch. Is that he's defying the odds a little bit, right? His strength is the mid range, right? His strength is the mid range game, and he's showing you or showing people who don't believe that you can still be effective, playing that way. Like, I don't have to jack up 10 threes to get 30 points, right? So that's what I really like, man, is that, he still got that kind of old school feel to it where, he's taking shots that are efficient, for the most part. Sometimes he may take some shots where I'll be like, all right, you shouldn't have shot that shit. But sometimes it's good.
Check this out, y'all. I'm only saying this because I got into a heated argument at the barbershop the other day about this, right? The dude, when I'm in the barbershop, I talk about sports. I talk about hip hop, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This dude said, I was talking about the Bulls. He was like, right now, overall, Devo, Paul George. Would y'all take Paul George over Devo as an overall player? Let's see if I'm right about this. That's all. I'm just comparing,
Let's see.
All right. Who would you choose?
All right, for me, I was, like I say, I spoke badly about, I won't say I spoke badly, but I just didn't see what, like my cousin that be on, on here, Blake would say, I didn't see it. Now, I've historically been a bigger Paul George fan.
Okay.
Historically, so I'm not going to
Indiana Paul George, or are you talking about Thunder Paul George or Clipper?
I was a Indiana Paul George. I was a Thunder Paul.
I do know
I was a Thunder fan.
Yep, I do know that.
And he had some dope years in OKC. Just didn't pan out. Of course, this year DeMar is balling better.
Okay.
Overall, as an overall,
as an overall player, who you picking? Which one? You got to go with one.
Overall player. It's kind of hard to, playoff P. Overall, and just keeping it real. Overall, it's hard to pick. They both pan at this moment. They're both the same. Because like Paul George has had seasons where he killed, and then he had seasons where he fell off to where he had that 20 range, that 21, 22. Then we seen this DeMar DeRozan. We seen Toronto DeMar DeRozan. Then we seen him in San Antonio where the narrative was he's not hooping. And now we seen Chicago Bulls. So they kind of doing this. It's like when Paul George was hot, DeMar DeRozan wasn't hot. And they doing this. So right now, it ain't like either one of them been MVP or this, that, whatever. Right now, as a whole career, in my opinion, they're about even
Okay,
right
Corn,
now.
real quick, Corn. Let's go through a couple of categories. Okay, ball handling, Paul George or Debo.
Paul George. Paul George is
Okay,
way better ball handler.
Yeah.
okay, scoring, Paul George or Debo.
I mean, like I say, just looking back, DeMar get buckets. I think Paul George get buckets a little easier. I think
Okay.
like his just look real fluid. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Paul, I think for me, what I like about Paul, his game is a little smoother. It's a little smoother. Like Debo, I mean, he doing his thing once again.
Okay.
But Paul George, for me, like I say, I pay more attention to Paul George in the last few years.
Here's the bigger one. Clutch. Who's better?
Um,
This is why I fucked him up at the barbershop. I'm just saying, this was the one I messed him up with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to say, I mean, for me, it's about. I mean, we talk about whole career clutch.
Who's you need a bucket to win the game. Clutch. Who's gonna get that bucket for you? Paul George or Debo?
I mean,
Debo.
both of them get the bucket. Both of them get the bucket, bro. I mean, right now, Chicago, I see like I try to be subjective. We seeing Debo get buckets this year with Chicago. We can't be creatures of the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
Paul George knocked down game-winning shots. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
I'm not trying to take nothing away from DeMar DeRozan, but I don't want to just get on here and jump on the bandwagon either. You know what I'm saying? Like being realistic, Paul George, I mean, he didn't smack some buckets. I mean, when he was down, when he was out in Indiana, I mean, he didn't broke a few hearts on them playoff court. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? OKC, he didn't broke a few Western Conference hearts. You know what I'm saying? DeMar DeRozan, and both of and the thing is, and I know Cuzzo made the playoff P thing comment, but at the same time, DeMar ain't really showed us nothing in the playoffs either.
Okay. All
That's
right.
when he that's when he become the invisible man from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Or the invisible woman. My bad.
So I'll probably follow DeMar more than y'all bros have, right? And I'll say that because my granny and Bully is pretty much taking my answer.
Neither is Clutch. Okay, wow. All right.
Yeah, Bully's pretty much taking my answer here. But my granny follows San Antonio, right? So kind of by default, I've always watched San Antonio, even before Tim Duncan was there. So we're talking David Robinson years, stuff like that. So I've always followed them. And just watching basketball, I followed, Debo when he was in Toronto. So, the one thing again, like, Bully say, the one thing that stands out for me is that when I think about DeMar, anytime I think about DeMar, I know where it's going, right? I know what I'm getting out of him. I look at the longevity piece too. He's never really had to deal with long stretches of injuries, right?
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? He's not had to deal with that.
I knew it was gonna come in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that piece, that's where I lean towards DeMar being better. Because when I think about DeMar, I know what I'm gonna get. I don't always know what I'm gonna get from PG. And again, I'm not a PG fan, right? I'm a PG fan. Like the dude got it. But there are times where I just be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, who are you? Where this come from? Like, just stick with the program. You were being, this was effective. Why are you going away from it? But with DeMar, it's not one of those like what you see is what you get. The dude gonna find his sweet spot. He gonna give you that up fake. You gonna fall for it. I don't know how, but you gonna fall for it, and he gonna do what he do with it, But he just plays like this old school style of play, right? Even like bro mentioned, PG being a little more fluid. But he just plays with a patience, right? So when he makes moves, and some of them are real subtle, but even his subtle moves, sometimes he blow right by you. So I'm gonna lean more towards DeMar on that.
Okay, so we got one DeMar, we got one PG. What do y'all think, man? When people was chiming in, who was better overall player? We went down as far as scoring, handles, clutch. You got to throw in athleticism. You got to throw in ball IQ. You know, you got to throw in all this stuff, right?
Not a Diet Mello.
Look, I want to say that I fuck with PG's game. I do agree with Corn that he's smooth, right? He has a smooth game to him. I feel like we can't ignore that injuries don't matter in this because injuries play a huge injuries play a factor so much that if Brandon Roy was healthy all his career, Brandon Roy would have been a you know what I'm saying? Like injuries matter in these type of conversations.
That hurts my heart every time I think about that. I just at work talking about Brandon Roy today, man. That hurt my soul every time.
Yeah. So I feel like DeMar DeRozan, over a body of work, mind you that he hasn't missed a lot of games to injury at all in his whole career. I'm not saying that you can control injuries. So who the fuck can control injuries? You know, you never know when you're gonna get hurt. Right. But I will say something about Paul George though. When y'all remember this a little bit, when Paul was with OKC, and it was about 5 seconds to 10 seconds left against Portland, and he was sticking Dame, and he was like, "All right." And Dame flamed his ass. No, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. When he flamed his ass, Paul George was like, "Okay, what y'all say? It still was a bad shot." Now,
well, I mean, from a basketball standpoint, it was a bad shot. He was like 40 feet from the rim.
It was a
but
bad
he
shot.
smacked it though, regardless.
He smacked it. He smacked it. I mean, shit. I mean, should have broke the clock is right at least 2 times a day. I mean,
Paul George is what 6'9", 6'10", is he?
Yeah, I mean, Dame
is like 6'2".
Dame is a hell of a player, bro. I mean, what was he gonna do? Foul him?
But an isolation
what was he gonna
player,
do? Foul him?
I don't care who you is.
Look, listen. You got you got somebody 40 feet from the basket. Let's just say realistically, 30 feet to 35 feet away from the basket. You can defend that only so much. When we was younger, you foul somebody that far away from the basket, man. Your coach,
man, you right. Hey,
get
man,
your
what's
big
your problem,
man?
But no, they was only down. Look, they was down by 2. That's like leaving Steph Curry ISO with somebody with the game on the line.
But Paul George played decent defense. He still had a hand in his face.
But no, I'm saying as the coach, think about football. As the coach, if you give Aaron Rodgers 10, 12 seconds left in the game to win a game, what the fuck you gonna do? You gonna just say, okay, well, we're gonna let Aaron Rodgers beat us. Aaron Rodgers is gonna beat your ass, right? He gonna take you out the game.
Tom Brady comparisons, thank you.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, all of them. If you get them time on the clock, to win the game, them motherfuckers gonna win the game.
Yeah, I mean, Dame
gonna win it. Dame gonna win it. Like you can't.
That shot helped people take. That shot propelled Dame's, swag in the league. That propelled him. I mean, yeah, he was a shooter. Dame got busy, all that. But people started like, okay, he got a shot. He didn't hit this shot on a trash defender. Paul George is a decent two-way player.
I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? He defended. He had his hand up. You know what I'm saying? He got as close to him as he could without fouling him. Dame just hit a shot. You know what I'm saying? He must have went to church that Sunday or something, man. He tithed. You know what I'm saying? He had
gave something to the building fund.
Definitely, man.
I'm just saying you don't.
He definitely got a kiss from his grandmother on the cheek before he went out there and shot that shot, man.
No, man.
You feeling power when your grandma give you that kiss, man.
Dame did flame shots like that before. I'm saying in that possession, I don't care who the defender is as a coach. Look, we only down by 2. If Dame get the ball, I don't give a fuck if y'all send 2 or 3 people to him. He's not about to get no He's not about to get no 3-point shot to win a game just to end the series. Like that ended the series.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
so
there's only
that's
so
coaching,
much you
though.
could do. I'm sure
that's coaching.
Craig Elo feels the same damn way. There's only so much you can do,
but
man.
nothing you can do, Craig. Gotta take this shit. But that's a coaching piece too, bro, right? Because we all know, like, we know how we would have constructed that defensive stand in that moment, right? Like I'm always a proponent. Somebody else is gonna beat me. Your best player is never gonna beat me.
Your best player can't beat me in a situation like that.
Dame wouldn't have even got the inbound pass.
He wouldn't have got the ball.
He wouldn't even got the ball.
Somebody else gonna have to do this.
CJ McCollum would have had to shoot.
Right.
They would have had to have, man, whoever was out there with them, man.
Hey, Rodney Hood, good shot, man.
Yeah.
That was a good shot. You know what I'm saying?
That's who would have had. That's who would have had to shoot it, but Dame wouldn't even touched it. Dame should have just he would have set out. That was
bad. Thank you.
Right. Pat Bev would never
do that.
He'd be like,
that's all I'm saying, man.
He wouldn't have let Dame get the ball.
He wouldn't have let Dame get the ball at all.
He wouldn't have let Dame get the ball. He'd have been trying to fight him.
You can't lose a Game 7 series like that. But and they've been talking trash all series, mind you. That team, Westbrook was going back and forth. Like, they was talking trash all season long. I mean, all series long. You can't end it off a motherfucker. Bye-bye, nigga. You can't end it off that. You know what I'm saying? So
giving you a kiss goodbye? Oh, hell no.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not throwing no shade on PG. I think PG is good.
That's what I'm saying, man. I have to fight, buddy.
Right, we got to fight, man.
We had to go waiting near the bus for him.
Right. We got to have some words after this, fam.
Yeah, that was
what
tough.
You say about my mama? Like, you got to make yourself mad. Like, right.
Yeah, that's why I think that I feel like Paul George is a great player. I feel like he's a, he didn't make the 75 team, and that's, I mean, there's a lot of people that feel like they have an argument like, I should at least been considered, you know what I'm saying, or that. But
I mean, he shouldn't have been considered for it. Given his last few years in the league, he been under the Anthony Davis Act.
Yeah, he been street clothes, George.
Yeah, but I feel like in that situation, we talking about clutch. I need a bucket. I need to win. I need now DeRozan defensively is kind of, he's not the best. I get he's, but clutch wise, I've seen DeRozan do stuff this year and some years in Toronto that was like, oh yeah, he official.
Yeah, but you're basing most of that on what he did this year.
That is correct. But I will say that when Paul George was with Indiana, and they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals or the semifinals.
You always remember he's the reason Danny Granger got.
I'll give him.
Always remember that.
I'll give him his flowers. I just feel like Paul George. The only thing knock against him is his injuries, and that last few seconds against that OK series when I'd have been like, "Look, coach. You want me to stick who? No, we need to double him, coach. We can't. You gonna put me on? What the fuck? No, that's for the game."
I mean, Dame at that particular time, man, Dame was definitely a dope guard. You had to watch, but that shot is what made him kind of that's what gave him the rep he has now. Like, you bet not get him no space. You bet not.
Yeah. Now
people understand that. He hit a shot that made him really have that. Did he do it before? Yeah, I'm sure he's done it before. Yeah.
Would you get that same shot to Steph Curry? Would you get that same shot to Steph Curry?
Steph Curry's proven you better guard him from the locker room. Right. He's already showed you that.
Right. That ain't
showed you that. And there had to be a moment in the NBA where people realized Steph is a shooter. He's a shooter. Yeah. So that was Dame's moment. That was his moment. And it's basketball. You're gonna get a shot hit in your face. You're gonna get dunked on at some point, especially in the NBA. You are a professional basketball player playing, quote unquote, the best athletes in the world. You gonna get dunked on. If you worried about getting dunked on or a shot hitting your face, you shouldn't even be playing because you worried about the wrong thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point about
That's true. That's true, Bully.
I don't know, man. I feel like,
but he's not. He's injury prone. The leg thing, that was a freak.
Yeah, we not.
accident.
That was freak. Yeah, we ain't
That's a
talking about
freak
that.
accident. But other than that, man, he been injury prone even before that, man. I mean, before that, I mean, he missed even before that in Indiana. He was missing time for little nagging things.
My brother got pinkies,
Yeah,
big toes, all kind of shit he's sitting out for, man.
Yeah, I mean, because I want to say it was 2016 when Steph smacked Westbrook from half court on Saturday.
Oh.
It was a Saturday night game. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night NBA on ABC game. I remember watching that game with my old man and being highly upset because they was Steph smacked Buddy.
Yeah.
He smacked him, won the game.
Yeah.
But
damn it,
clarification for clarification purposes, right? Everybody that's tuning the bars and buckets. We are not saying that Paul George isn't a top.
No, he got a.
I had to stop myself there for a minute.
He missed some time. He missed so much time, man.
No. Hold on. I had to think about this for just this second.
Mm-hmm.
Is Paul George top 10 small forward?
Top 10 small forward?
A top 10 small forward in the NBA is Paul
today.
We got a lot of small forwards that's
today.
I
mean, are we gonna take out?
Who are you taking out?
All the other historical small forwards,
right?
I'm just saying small forwards from
no, I can't give them top 10. No,
yeah, can't give them top 10. At a point, he was arguably top 10 at a point, but like I said, with the injuries and all that stuff, man, it slowed down. And then he's paired, or he's on the same team with possibly one of the top 10 small forwards, even though he ain't playing. I don't know what they got going on in LA, man. They better figure it out.
They don't, because I'm telling you, for Paul George and Kawhi get healthy by the playoffs, Joe, I damn near got them against Golden State in the finals. They got a chemistry that. I'm just saying they got a chemistry.
I'm not gonna bite on that one.
Yeah, but it's just,
I want to say the Clippers probably like.
The Clippers beat motherfuckers without them.
Yeah, I mean, they stringing together. Yeah, they stringing together some wins. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're the AFC. The AFC, but let's see.
But shoot, how close are they to returning? Is the question.
Right. I mean, they got the Lakers.
You gonna need some tune-ups.
Yep. I mean, this Knicks game this Sunday, they might lose that one.
Yeah.
They might. They see the Warriors Tuesday. They play the Hawks Friday. They got the Cavs Monday the 14th. They got the Raptors Wednesday the 16th. They got the Jazz on the 18th. The Nuggets on the 22nd. 76ers on the 25th. So it's not looking good for them either.
They got a tough schedule.
They got a tough schedule.
Then they see the Bulls March 31st.
Okay.
So I mean,
we talked about last week about as far as playoffs and who's going to make it and who are playoff favorites and things like that. I'm just talking about sneaky teams that we might got to watch out for, man. And I feel like the Clippers, the Jazz, all these teams that's been to the playoffs before but just couldn't get over the hump. There's something about those teams. I feel like they might be hungrier. So I want to keep an ear out for those because I don't know, man. It's something about, and even shit. Truth be told, nobody want to talk about this, but since the Pelicans picked up CJ, them niggas been open. I think they the 10th seed right now, right? Ain't they?
Yeah, they the 10th seed.
Motherfuckers been hooping, man. So
CJ been hooping.
Yeah, they 6 games back from
Yeah,
the 8th seed.
the 8th seed though.
So I mean,
man, sometimes it only take that one person to come in and just like, yo, let's get it in. Let's try to get in this play in. Let's try
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
If they gonna get in the playoffs, Jesus gonna have to run point.
They gonna get smacked if they go against Golden State or something. Or, you know what I'm saying? They gonna get smacked. But I'm saying, like, these teams be hungry, man. You just got to keep an eye. Which reminds me, okay, let's switch gears for a minute before we go into music. All right, so look, we'll stay with the NBA, but before we go into music, another thing, and we talked about this before. Both of these players are in their third year. I mean, I'm comparing them in their third year, right? Derrick Rose and Ja Morant, right?
Mm-hmm.
In their third year, Ja Morant is in his third year right now. Derrick Rose, when he's in his third year, he was killing just like Ja Morant. There's a bet going on in Vegas, right, that Ja Morant is going to finish his third year better than Derrick Rose did in his third year. And mind you, when Derrick Rose in his third year, niggas was talking about, oh, man, this is the second coming to Jordan. Like,
yeah, that's saying a lot to say he's going to finish his third year better than Derrick. That's saying a lot. Now,
okay.
I'm gonna say, I mean, right now, put it like this: if he doesn't get injured, I'll say he'll finish having an equal, like the season will be equal. It ain't gonna be better, like because right now his numbers ain't that much better. Like I seen something on Facebook earlier this morning, like kind of like while I was getting dressed to go to work. I think like points per game, it was like, I mean, man, I want to see it myself. Hold on, man.
You don't think that Ja Morant, is, as far as team-wise,
and I picked him to be MVP. Remember that earlier in the show.
Yeah, I do. That's what I'm saying. Like, Derrick Rose third year, I think he had Boozer, Noah, Ding, I think Keith Bogut's. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
that third year, that was the Ronnie Brewer, Kyle Korver year.
There we go. Yeah.
Taj Gibson, Carlos.
So Boozer. I think that Memphis is kind of constructed the same as far as team, like as far as personnel, right? I mean, I don't know exactly who Memphis got on their squad. I know they got Jaren Jackson, and they got they got a lot of key players. But you don't think that Ja has the same supporting cast as Derrick Rose in his third year, and he's doing the same, or if not better numbers? I seen Ja Morant dunk on a nigga the other night, and I was like, God damn!
Yeah, well, look, that ain't the first.
And Pooh was doing the same thing.
Right. I do think that Ja has a better repertoire for scoring.
Let me go pull up again. I'm still listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do think that Ja has a better repertoire for scoring. Like his jumper is better. Mm-hmm. The explosiveness though is neck and neck really. But I do think his scoring is better. And I mean, who is their coach again? Jankson, Janovich, something like that. But
I found the graphic.
But Tibbs is a better coach. I think they had a little more experience too on that Bulls team.
Had a better coach. Yeah, I mean, that Bulls team was way better in my opinion. So I found the tail of the tape between both of their third years.
Okay.
All right, so points per game, they're about even. Ja's at 24.7. Derrick was 25 points per game. Assists, Ja's 6.7, Derrick 7.7. Rebounds per game, 5.1 for Ja, 4.1 for Derrick. Steals per game, about 1. Field goal percentage, Ja Morant edged him out right there, 49%. Derrick was 44.5.
49%. Okay.
Yeah. 3-point percentage. Ja he's at 38%. Derrick was at 33%. We all know he struggled to shoot the ball his first few years.
Yep.
And then free throw percentage, 76% for Ja, 85 for Rose. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be just about the same. Like if he go on a string of 50-point games and all that, like I mean, he just smacked him for 50 the other day. So I'm not saying it's not capable of doing it, but I'm always going to be realistic. I'm going to always be realistic. And because them having the third seed in the West, them last few games, he ain't gonna go that hard. His coach gonna tell him, chill, we got bigger fish to fry. I don't need you to go for 40 and 50 points.
I don't like how he did. I don't like how he did my Bulls. By the way, I just want to throw that in there. The Saturday night, I don't like how he did my Bulls. Like that nigga was. I don't like that at all.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is. He showed him what time it is.
That's who he is, man.
He showed him what time, but I don't think every game he gonna go hard like that because the coach gonna be like, bro, we playing the Pelicans. Listen, let's win. But just give me your 20, 25 and go sit down.
Right. Let's go home.
Let's go home. Because if he go out there, you know what I'm saying, clowning like that, he risk possibly getting hurt. Like what happened to Pooh when he should have been sitting on the bench against the Sixers. Well, I'm not even getting to that. But anyway.
Well, hold on.
About even.
Give me the third year that Derrick Rose was with the Bulls. If you can't see this or look this up, what seed did they have in the playoffs that year? And who beat them? Just curious. I just thought about that. What seed did they have in the Eastern Conference, and who beat them that year? I think that was 20. What year was that?
2011.
2011 was his third year was 2011.
What seed did they have, and who beat them?
Let's see. Bulls record in 2011. Is this one of these 62 and 20 years? Yep, 62 and 20. That was the first seed.
Which matters.
Yeah.
Okay. Derrick Rose in his third season carried his team to the number one seed in the East.
Yeah.
Which matters when we talk about this debate.
The playoffs.
So I would say Braun was scared of D Rose all at that time.
It was the
but
Heat.
that year in the playoffs,
they was beat by the Heat.
Lost to Philly.
They lost to who?
They lost to the Heat.
They lost to the Heat.
Yeah, they lost to the Heat that year.
In 2011 in the conference finals?
Yeah.
Wow. See, I didn't know. I don't remember that. Okay. So they made it to the not only did they make it to the
yeah, that was when John Lucas got jumped on.
They made it to the conference finals that year? Semifinals. Like, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think I've probably found the wrong thing. It said they got put out in the first round by Philly.
That's the 2011, 2012 year, right?
Right. Derrick Rose third season. Because I'm trying to compare that to Ja Morant's third season right now, and he's number 3 in the West.
2008.
Because if they made it to
the wrong one, I definitely looked up the wrong one.
If they made it to the number 1 seed in the East and made it to the conference finals, led by a third year,
they got bounced out by the Heat.
Ja Morant has to match that in order for this comparison to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, they definitely lost to the Miami Heat team.
Yeah. That was the year he won MVP too.
Yep. They won.
He
won
the MVP that year. Wait a minute, man. This comparison is Derrick Rose won the MVP in his third season.
Yeah,
that was the year he won. He was 22 when he won it.
This ain't even no Ja Morant won the MVP this year, but it's to even be a comparison. And we talking about third year guards between the two.
Yeah,
you can't compare the, you know what I'm saying, if Derrick Rose took his team to the number 1 seed and to the Eastern Conference Finals and won the MVP in his third year. Ja Morant is the third seed. He's in the MVP race, and we don't know where they're gonna go in the playoffs. So you have to compare that, you know?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. People be so quick to compare and throw things out. This is the greatest performance we've ever seen, and forgetting what we just seen. You know what I'm saying? a number of years ago. That's what I'm saying. Back to that creature of the moment. You know what I'm saying? People forget about all the dope stuff we didn't see because they just
Right.
so. I mean,
Wow.
more power to Ja. I picked him to be MVP this year. So
I fuck with Ja. I think he's
yeah,
a
no, I'm not
dog.
taking. You know what I'm saying? But more power to him. But you know what I'm saying? What Derrick Rose did was special, even outside of being
Yeah.
from Chicago, man. Like D
Yeah.
Rose, he went batshit
Hard.
crazy.
Hard.
That dude had a first step, man. That I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Dude,
Amazing.
if
yeah.
your feet ain't planted, if your feet planted, though,
It's
you
over
getting
with.
crossed the
Yeah,
fuck over.
it's over with.
Getting crossed over. He was getting to that one spot in the lane, and he was
And
punching it on you.
Yep.
Or one of them layups.
He was super. One thing about Derrick Rose, even in Simeon, the dude was super athletic around the basket. Like he'll do like he'd do like some type of he just know how to use contact as his advantage to score.
Yeah.
So even if it's a big dude, he going up and under you.
And he was pretty much a big guard, bro, because that third year they got him listed 6'2", 200 pounds. John Moran is 6'3", 174 pounds. That's 26 more pounds of muscle and, you know what I'm saying, and weight that he's just moving you.
He was a supreme finisher, bro.
Yeah, this remember, that's the same season he put Dragic on a poster.
The two-hand joint like this.
Yeah. The two-hand when he damn near didn't even touch the rim.
That was pretty bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
pretty bad.
Ja definitely is hooping.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Who was balling, bro? Who was balling,
all right.
bro?
Okay. I think we'll take a unanimous consensus and say that Pooh is, as far as third year. Yeah. I didn't know that he wanted
62 and 20.
62 and 20 too.
Okay.
And playing in his hometown. So that's another added pressure.
Playing for Tibbs. That means
playing for Tibbs is another added pressure.
47.5 minutes per game.
Yeah, he's gonna play you every minute of the game. So that's why Cornell's favorite player, Luol Deng, needs his bad right now because he played every minute. He didn't play so many minutes, man. So no, okay, we gotta give it to. Okay, I really didn't know that Pooh won the MVP that year. He took him to the first seed and he took him to the conference championship. I didn't know he won it that year. I didn't know all that was going on the first year. So we got to give it to Pooh. By unanimous, it has to,
Yeah.
Now, I do hope, with saying that, realistically, I hope that Ja Morant takes this Grizzly team. I hope he takes them a long way. Like, I don't know who they're going to match up against. I mean, if they face the Jazz in the first round, I don't know. If they face the you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know who they're gonna face, but I hope that dog of a young kid can take them at least as far as semifinals. That would be great. That would be a good story for him.
Just know Rudy Gobert is going on an upper deck card. This in the play. if they play the Jazz, he's gonna catch Rudy slipping.
Poster man.
And it's gonna be
that'd be a good series.
Upper deck. Basketball card.
Poster man.
About Donovan Mitchell though, because there's been a lot of chatter about Donovan Mitchell about after this season they don't make it far, they're gonna trade him to the Knicks or something like that. Do y'all think Donovan Mitchell he's a shooting guard? Like, do you think he's like one of those guys that's like, oh yeah?
I mean, he should get out of Utah.
Yeah, I would be trying to make my way out too.
Yeah, I mean, it's time. He did his time. Let him go get his big check, big city. He's still young. Let him go have some fun. I don't think the Knicks are the best place for him. If the Knicks ain't talking about, well, I don't know with that with
Reddish.
Reddish and RJ Barrett.
Barrett.
But now you got a log jam right there.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of combo guards.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bunch of combo guards. So that would be the best place for him.
I like his game. I think that his game it reminds me of a smooth, because he's not a big guard. He's not like a huge, but he gets where he wants to get on the court and he scores.
You like Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that he's, I root for people like him and Book, because we had this discussion last show or the show before that about
Last show.
Levine or Book, and who he was going with, and y'all didn't like my answer, but I mean, I just think Levine overall shooting guard, I can't take over Levine. I just can't, and that's just a personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would say I'm gonna have to say if he did go somewhere. What's up, Juan? It's one of my coworkers. What's up, Juan?
So Utah, New York. I mean,
I
I feel you.
I would say a spot that
as far
would
as
be
market, yeah. I mean,
what I would say would be dope
it's a
to
whole
him.
bunch of in New York. It's a whole bunch of hoes. I mean, there's a whole bunch of. I mean, my bad.
It's Women's History Month.
It's Women's History Month, man.
Yeah, my bad. I don't. It's a lot of lovely young ladies in New York.
I'm gonna throw this one at y'all. Get with the roster that this team has right now, Donovan Mitchell would be a good addition. I can see him going to the Timberwolves. Him.
Now hold on.
Him, D'Lo,
Ant-Man.
They somebody got to go. They can't have D'Lo, Ant-Man, and Mitchell.
Ant playing a small forward.
Right. Ant go play small forward.
Who? Okay, realistically, you the Utah Jazz, you the management.
I wasn't thinking Ant-Man when I just said it, though.
Right.
You look at the roster of the Minnesota Timberwolves. You're not going to try to get at least one of them for Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, if we talking about trade, then yeah.
Oh man, you got to give me.
But if I had to trade,
you got to give me. You got to give me.
But if I was trading someone, see now y'all just messed up my whole shit. See y'all just wasn't out here and say, yeah.
You're not trading now. if you the Timberwolves, you gonna trade straight up Ant-Man for Donovan Mitchell?
No, I mean Ant-Man got his upside and where we going.
His ceiling is
like where we going. Say New York got all the right pieces to trade to pair with Mitchell with stars. I mean, but somebody going. If we trade, I'm taking RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish.
Yep.
And so it's gonna be him and Julius Randle.
And New York management, Juan, like they ain't did shit since Patrick Ewing was there.
They gonna find a way to
they gonna find a way to mess up. They tried to bring Melo and hook him up with J.R. Smith. I mean, they just jag off. That's all they do. All they do is jag off. Man.
You would trade on air. Y'all would trade RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish for Donovan Mitchell.
I like Cam Reddish and RJ. I think that I unless I knew that the window was closing and I needed something right now.
Yeah.
Yes. But outside of that, no.
Yeah, outside of that, no, I wouldn't trade them because them young boys, give them time.
But then I would have to know what else what else gonna be around though.
Yeah.
Right. If them the two pieces we putting on, what else what we looking like?
Where would Donovan Mitchell fit?
I don't know. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. What we looking like? If you give those two up, what are we looking like?
Could he go to Charlotte with Melo?
I see that wasn't realistic.
Yeah, that could
as far as
be
pieces, because you got Bridges over there that you can trade. You got PJ
Washington.
You got pieces over there that you can flip for because a Melo and Mitchell backcourt.
Yeah,
but
that's
but you could forget about that. As much as I love MJ, that ain't going. Him and Kupchak. They ain't doing nothing worthwhile, man.
Donovan. Yeah. I'm trying to think where else I can see him going. Ain't too many other places I can see him going. Maybe down at Orlando. I don't know, but
I don't know what they're doing in Orlando.
Charlotte, Miami, or Dallas.
All right.
Miami or Dallas. I think Dallas is so desperate to pair Luka with somebody.
Yes, they
are.
are.
I was reading this the other day. Mark Cuban is like, man, Joe, if I can just get anybody to go with Luka, Joe, we can win the chip again. And he right. If you can get somebody to complement Luka, like a legit star, good for the next 5 years as far as competing for a title.
And then in Miami, they got what's the name? Oladipo already.
Yeah. Even though he ain't playing right now yet. Is he still hurt?
I'm sure he hurt, but I'm like, but the Jazz ain't gonna take a hurt Oladipo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't gonna be like, well, give us
just give us
an injured player, and we're gonna give you the best thing to happen to us damn near since Karl Malone. Bronny to Dallas. I would take Bronny and ship it'll be
Is he going into the draft this summer?
Nah, he got one more year.
Okay.
Got one more year, 2 more years. 2 more years.
I didn't know when that was.
Okay. I don't think he's eligible until
he got like 2 more years.
2023 or 2024. Let me see.
I want to say it said 2024 from what I seen something this weekend.
The Lakers are the 9th seed in the West right now, you said?
I don't know. I don't know one follows the Lakers.
If the Lakers are the 9th seed,
that
means that they would have to be in the play-in game, which means that they would have to compete to get into the 8th spot. Like they would have to go through you know what I'm saying? And
2024.
Who was the 10th seed?
The 10th seed are the Pelicans.
Lakers and the Pelicans. I get an edge to that. By default, I would have to get it. But don't sleep on the Pelicans. I keep telling y'all.
Because
don't sleep
Brandon
on
Ingram.
the Pelicans, man.
Yep. Ingram getting off.
Oh yeah, he gonna sign his huge deals.
Right.
He gonna get Mitchell getting paid.
Yeah.
He's getting paid. Wherever he goes, he about to see some M's.
Mm-hmm.
It's New York. New York is one of the tops.
Of course. But if I'm going to New York, I want to win. And most of these big free agents, when they sign in New York has a way of they're saying they want instant results. They want instant. And the second you don't do something that they want, New York media is mean.
Man.
Mean,
it
bro.
Really is.
They mean, bro. They will make a nigga hang himself in the locker room, bro.
It really is.
They are not playing.
Right.
They're not playing. I mean, just look what Melo went through.
No, it was a guard, bro. I'm trying to think of the dude's name. He plays for Portland now. He's a point guard. And when he was with New York, the dude was a baller. Like, the dude is a baller. What is the point guard name that played with New York? Dennis Smith? I think that's his name. Dennis
Smith Jr.
The dude is a baller, bro. Look up highlights of Dennis Smith Jr. He played with New York.
Mm-hmm.
He had one season of not doing good, and they shipped his ass out.
Bro,
Dennis Smith, like I'm saying, if you don't produce fast with them, look at Kevin Knox. Like if you don't produce well within them 1 or 2 years, that's why I say RJ Barrett. He's starting to come on now, but they're gonna trade his ass for a better player because they impatient. New York we want it now. We gotta
they want it now. I mean, they got a culture of winning, you know what I'm saying? Like they're spoiled in a sense. They used to legendary basketball. I mean, you had Patrick Ewing and Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley. You had, you know what I'm saying?
Lillard ain't coming to New York. If Lillard, if Dame Lillard is traded from the Portland Trailblazers,
he won't have
which I think is unlikely, but it could happen. He has a say-so on where he's going, and he's not going to New York.
I mean, where he going?
He's not going to go to New York.
You got to go somewhere where they need you, bro.
He gonna go to the Clippers or the Lakers. He gonna go to where he from.
He from Oakland.
Well, he from Oakland, so yeah.
I'm talking about Cali. I'm talking about LA, Cali. Like he gonna go to where he know.
Both teams could use him. But then at the same time, you still got Kawhi and PG, and you know what I'm saying. You still got LeBron and other people. You still got to pay for. They got to add up.
Mm-hmm.
They got to add up.
You know, to stay away from New York. Man, look, New Yorkers, man, they ruthless out there, Joe. They don't give a fuck. Like they don't give.
Not at all. Not at
bro,
all.
you riding through Times Square, man, and them people like, you know what I'm saying? You see your face on a big billboard or electronic billboard, and people like, they be going, yo, they are brutal in New York, man.
Ruthless, when Amari Stoudemire signed there, he was like, man, the Knicks is back. We gonna do it. 2 years later, got rid of his ass. Like, it's like, if you don't produce the first year, definitely the first year or two. It might be 2 years, but the first year, you gone, bro. Kemba Walker, like, I mean, it's like
that's a bad example.
Kemba's still a baller, man.
He's still a baller. He deal with
injuries.
He's
deal with injuries,
but he's playing like the rotten apple. He's stinking that bitch up. he's stinking that bitch up. And you know you ain't gonna be no little bitty guard that don't want to play no defense playing for Tom Thibodeau.
Ain't gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah. And you know he waiting on Derek. That's who he waiting on to come back.
Come on, man. Let's get back, Pooh, man. Come on, Derrick Rose, man. I root for Derek a lot, man. I hope he gonna, come back and do his thing, man. But look, this is what we about to do, man. We about to switch gears for a second before we end the show, man. But because I definitely don't want to end the show without talking about this. Kanye West came out with a documentary a couple weeks ago, about last week or something like that, man. Called Genius. Look, man, if you're not from Chicago, if you don't, I'm pretty sure you know about Kanye West, but if you're not from Chicago, wherever you're listening to, wherever you're listening from, Kanye West, it's on Netflix. Go check it out. He came out with 2 episodes last week. Today, March 2nd, is actually the debut of the 3rd episode. So make sure you guys go check that out. I'm going to go check it out after the show.
Yeah.
I want to know, first of all, y'all opinions on the first 2 episodes. And everybody else listening, give me an input on the first couple episodes, because I'm born and raised in Chicago, just like these other 2 brothers. We're born and raised in Chicago. And there's stuff on that documentary that I didn't know. I never knew. You see what I'm saying? So what is y'all take on the first couple episodes, man? What do you think?
Man, it really highlighted it. It really highlighted for me the value of someone close to you.
Okay.
Right. It highlighted just how impactful that person can be on your life. His mom, man, like his mom gave so much guidance and light to him, man. And once she left, man, you could feel like he's lost in terms of what am I to do? Because that was the person who made sure he followed through on his dream. Like the one clip I keep thinking about is like, her rapping his lyrics. Right? Like, how do you, that alone just shows you just kind of, what their relationship looked like. And I really do believe that, once she passed away, I really do believe that he did not grieve correctly and didn't get the supports necessary that he needed. Because, man, we look back at College Dropout and what's the other joint that's slipping my mind right now?
Late registration,
right? Man, we look back at them joints, we like, man, this dude is a genius, right? Like this dude got it, man. But he was in such a different mind frame, man, at that time. And so when I look at the documentary, man, it just highlights that family impact. And it highlights for me, like, when you lose people that are extremely important in your life, that you need a really strong support system around you to keep you, try to keep you balanced and keep you on track. But I liked it. I love the documentary because it highlights him in a different way that people from Chicago don't know. Right? If you ain't from Chicago, you don't know this Kanye.
Right.
You know the asshole. you know, the egotistic, the Kanye that just be saying bullshit, and people be like, why y'all keep letting him talk, right? But this highlights like who he is for real. You know what I mean?
What you got, Corn?
I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna try and keep it short. I got a lot to say.
Do your thing.
Well, first thing I would like to say, I love the documentary. I love it. Where do I want to start? All right, so the first episode for me was exactly what he was rapping about in the last call, the last song on the College Dropout, which I mentioned before on the show, maybe like our first show.
All right.
That's exactly that song, the first episode, which is one of my favorite Kanye songs. Like everything he said in the last call was in that episode. That second episode was so dope. It showed, I mean, the first episode showed this as well, but the second one, it really highlighted his grind and how he really was trying to get on, man. And he in Rockefeller offices going literally to everybody's office playing, you know what I'm saying, playing his music. And people just, you know what I'm saying, like wasn't taking him serious. But then I got like a backstory from like off Instagram. A guy named Wayno, they used to work in Rockefeller.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he was on Joe Budden's podcast, Wayno. He was saying like at that time, he was like, yeah, in the clip he was being ignored, but he used to do this damn near every day. So now we, you know what I'm saying? Like we've heard it a million times. So yeah, now I'm gonna talk while you rapping. But for him to go there every day and do that with this camera crew and all of that, it showed his grind, his determination. And now you understand and see why he is the way he is. Like why he's an egotistical bastard. Like, no, none of y'all wanted me right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seen him put his money together to make the Through the Wire video. You know what I'm saying? Put his money together. Had his own video release, and Dame showed up.
Yep.
He's talking about, I'm trying to get a release date. He hustled. We wouldn't have got College Dropout if it wasn't for his determination. True. Rockefeller, after the accident, it was kind of like Rockefeller was like, all right, we going on with business. Clearly, because, I mean, not saying that this was 100% guaranteed, but the way it sounded was like he was damn near on the verge of getting dropped. Like they was going to shelve the album, nigga make beats, get back to baseline, start hitting buttons again. You know what I'm saying? But he kept pushing. His crew kept pushing. And then Mom, all them words, yeah, Kanye, I love this Kanye. This Kanye. I mean, yeah, like she spoke life into him, man. She spoke life into him, just like Adrian said, like, man, you got somebody like that speaking life into you, knowing your words, coming to your shows. Mom knew the whole crew. It wasn't just like she only came around with Kanye, you know, to talk to her son. She knew everybody. Even when she thanked everybody. She knew everybody's name when she thanked them. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to see him get on. He wanted to get on. I mean, she paid for his apartment in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? He went out there with nothing. He went out there with a beat machine and a dream and a team that believed in him. Then when he came home, he went to his mama crib and she, oh yeah, I like this and da-da-da. You know, she talked, she was right in the middle of everything. So now you see why she passed away, like you said. She passed away. You seeing a whole different Kanye, man, because he don't have that same push behind him. You don't have that same, man, she spoke like man, it was amazing just to see, man. I was like, that's dope. So I'm gonna stop that off.
Yep.
Once again, guys, thank you for tuning into Bars and Buckets. Look, I'm going to say this about this documentary, right? And I feel like what I do, I've been doing podcasts for about 2 years now, whatever, and just been, you know, on a grind. And I feel like the biggest thing is about the journey, right? The journey to where you want to be, believing in yourself. Kanye West, well, people know now for the last few years of the Kanye that ran for president, or the Kanye that been with Kim K, or the Kanye that got funny hairstyles and dress weird. Like they don't know what it went through, what he went through to get to where he is now, with his mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kanye people knew he was a dope producer. He made dope beats, but he was like, yo, I believe in myself on this rap shit. He went to New York with, he did work with Talib Kweli, Mos Def, like he went to a place where he's like, yo, I want to showcase my skills. Like, don't look at me as the motherfucker that do beats. I want to be known as the nigga. I'm competing against the rappers. I feel like I believe in my skills, right? Just working with different people to get his. He would literally record. And shout out to Cootie, by the way, man. He would literally record himself, other people, his raps, to see their reaction to his new music. You know what I'm saying? He wanted people to believe in what he believed in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He went through some shit with Dane. He went through some shit with all type of music execs and producers and networks and stuff like that, and get turned down. People didn't believe him. They were like, yeah, you just, make beats, kid. You good with them beats and stuff like that. I feel like this documentary highlights, if anything, if you believe in yourself, I don't care what you do. If you're a rapper, a singer, if you're a musician, if you're a painter, if whatever you do, whatever you believe in yourself to do, go hard for that shit, man. Go hard for it. Don't let nobody stop you. Even if people tell you no, you good at this, don't do that. It got to a point where I was looking at this documentary like, yo, Kanye really is saying, I believe myself to the extent where I was in a car accident, Joe. I recorded myself getting the wires taken out of my mouth to showcase I'm going to make through the wire was actually his mouth was shut when he made that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me a person that don't believe in himself ain't gonna record that and put that out into the open. Yo, I believe in myself.
Man,
so
the fact that he wrote it from his hospital,
right.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's Now. I mean, I get that the new Kanye is not a popular person. I don't know about the president Kanye. I don't know what the fuck that was about. I mean, I'm not knowledgeable about the whole run up for president. I mean, I think I just seen something he's going to run again in 2024. I mean, I don't know what that, whatever. But I'm talking about the grind. I'm all about the grind to what you want to do, man. If you believe in yourself, don't let nobody tell you that you're not good enough to do what the fuck you want to do. If you want to do that, believe in yourself. Hire a person, record me everywhere we go. I don't care what we do. They went into rock. No. They went into Pharrell's session. Like, yo, if they gonna cut us out, they gonna cut us out. Well, I mean, what we gonna do? We gonna still record. So I think it was a good documentary, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next one. I just think that's a good example of following your grind.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm just glad that I'm just glad he put it out there for, again, I mean, guys from the hood, from the city, we know Kanye. You know what I'm saying? We have our own, we know the perception, all right? So we know who he is. But I'm just glad he put it out so, those other folks that really don't know where he came from and what his grind looked like and why he is and where he is at this point in his life, so they can see, man, like, there's a lot of good takes from it, as all of us have pretty much said in our feedback about it. But yeah, this next one, though, I'm definitely excited to see this next episode, man.
It dropped today, March 2nd. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you go check it out, the Kanye documentary, man. In third episode, I mean, I lost my mom, so I know exactly how that effect can change a person's perception. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it can change your outlook on life and how you move with certain things. So I mean, I can't really knock him for a lot of decisions that he made, but I'm just saying, like, as far as the hustle mindset, like, I respect that out of him, and it brings me to ask the guys that's on the panel and everybody that's listening. Last week we had a debate about, top 10 rappers of all time, top 15 and all that. Corn was going back and forth with me, which I still don't understand what the hell he was talking about. But out of those top 5, out of those top 10, out of those top 15, we didn't mention Kanye, man. So where would y'all put Kanye West on y'all all time? That's the best, rappers of all time. Where would y'all put him?
Well, I tell you, he's not a top 10 rapper.
Yeah, he's definitely outside the top 10.
I mean, he got ghost writers. I mean, now we watched the documentary. Yeah, I mean, he was writing, but then you seen Rhyme Fest there. You seen Consequence.
Shout out to Consequence.
Shout out for sure.
GLC was there. And, you know what I'm saying? Kanye, I mean, he's creative. Things he does right, you know what I'm saying, comes out dope. And then, you know, I mean, like, as a rapper, now top 10 producer
for sure.
Yeah. Definitely go there.
Yeah.
But top 10 rapper, nah, man. No. Like, nah.
Would you put, and I hate that I be doing this shit. Would you
Pretty
put
much what we just said?
Rank him as a producer.
Not a rapper.
He's a good producer, but as far as rapping skills, I'm just throwing names out there. Like, well, fuck it, let's go with my guy, Drake. What would you put? Would you put Drake a better rapper than Kanye? This was actually a big thing on social media not that long ago. And y'all know I love Drake. Fuck y'all, I love Drake.
As a rapper, let's see.
Drizzy. I'm just going.
I mean, I'm as a rapper.
Now I like College Dropout.
I can't say.
One of my favorite albums.
Yeah, but does Drake have a College Dropout? Does he have a late registration? Does he have an 808 and Heartbreaks? We still waiting on that.
I don't think we are. That's a lot of.
What album? What I mean, Take Care was dope. Take Care was dope.
Mm-hmm. Take Care was dope.
It was cool.
I mean, Certified Lover Boy was the top 10 album of the whole year.
Are we going to continue to do this show? Are we going to continue to do this?
Okay, you know what? I quit. I ain't gonna go there.
Certified Lover Boy.
I'm just saying, bro. It was the top 5 rap. It was the top 5 album of the whole goddamn year. That's all I'm gonna say. But okay, you're right. All right.
It's not hard to have a top 5 album of the year now. You know that, right?
Okay.
You know that, right?
All right.
I mean, especially when you talk about Drake, though, right?
Yeah, like Drake.
Like that's
global.
Yeah, that is if he drops something, they're going to go at it, right? If he drops something, they're going to. Yeah. They gonna download it. They gonna buy it. They gonna listen. Right. That's just what he's built. That's a brand that he's built. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Drake has built that brand to be followed, and people wait on stuff to drop. And you know he makes music consistently.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
So Drake is on the when it comes to making. Let's put it like this: Drake's writers or whoever that writing process is at OVO is winning right now. They're winning.
Mm-hmm.
They're winning. Kanye, I don't know. I mean,
Drake is a pop star, which is true.
Yeah, we'll see what Donda 2 sound like. Like I say, man, which may drop this week.
I think, yeah.
It may drop this week. I mean, he's been working with a lot of dope rappers on it. I mean,
to be honest with
Game is gonna be on this album.
I was just about to say, when we looked at Donda, because you know Donda and Certified Lover Boy came out literally a week apart, right?
Donda and they did that was a gospel album. If you
they did that on purpose, right?
Right.
Donda was a good album. Certified Lover Boy, CLB was a good album. But there was some beef. There was some beef that, which we all will acknowledge is top 3, top 5 rapper. Hov did an album, did a song with Drake, right, on his album, and Kanye felt a certain way about that, right? Now, if you look at the history, Drake and Hov did multiple songs together.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, what do you think that, as far as I know we both know that Drake and Kanye, they both got other stuff going on as far as ghostwriting and stuff like that. But would you say that Kanye and Drake, as far as, I can get him on my album? Like who you think is more popular as far as that goes?
Drake.
Drake is more pop. I don't know, man.
I think Drake got the lead on the popularity piece. Like if we talking about features on the album, hey,
features on the album.
Come rap with me. You know what I'm saying?
But I think Kanye can do that too, man. I think if Kanye call you, I think it's Kanye's process, which people may shy away from. People probably like, I ain't trying to come to Wyoming. You're not gonna have me in Hawaii for 2 weeks.
Right.
And I gotta rap. I gotta write my verse wearing all black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's his. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like when he did the joint here, everybody had to wear all black, and then the one, I think the one in Atlanta before that, they had to wear all red. You know what I'm saying? I think it's probably some of his process. Then he had people upset with him. People like Soulja Boy.
Drake is more likable.
He had people like Chris Brown that was upset that they didn't make Donda.
Right.
Now that's what I'm saying. You have people upset they didn't. I mean,
Drake is he's not, he don't come off as an asshole. I mean,
he don't come off as an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's not like he ain't giving nobody like, he ain't giving nobody them type of vibes where people just like, hey man, I can't fuck with you right now. I don't have the patience.
Yeah, like I mean, Drake is. I mean, he comes off as a nice guy. Nice
Canadian.
Guy.
Which is nothing wrong with that.
And that's why I was about to clarify because I know I be going in like Drake is he's like, I don't want to act like I don't like him. It's not like I don't like him. It's just all of his music ain't for me. All of it ain't for me.
But see,
I'm a self-admitted hip hop boom bap.
You are a real battle rap bars type of guy. And Drake isn't that, you know what I'm saying?
But he has music that is dope that you can't deny. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got joints that when he get on. Like one of my favorite Drake verses is the joint he did with 2 Chainz. What's the name of the song? I can't think of the damn Big Amount. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of my he went hard. Like when Drake goes hard, like I admit it, like that, like the little joint he did for that show, Top Boy. He went off on
Drake
that.
make girl music.
He at the end of the day, he does. Like he does, but I mean, he does. But I mean,
Drake
so did 50 Cent and Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, so did they.
I understand
for that. I just couldn't get with Marvin. That
Drake is a entertainer, man. He does what it takes to entertain women, men, kids. If he come out with a cool dance, you know what I'm saying?
He's an entertainer.
He's an entertainer.
So if he's an entertainer,
his music.
How is he a dope rapper?
I feel like, hey, this is my. I feel like.
No, I'm just throwing it back at you. You know how you would ask.
I'm just saying. I feel like Drake got bars. I'm not saying all of them is his bars.
He's an entertainer like Jamie Foxx.
But Drake has great bars, and I feel like Drake
great bars.
I'm not saying all of them is his. I'm just saying he has.
No, I'm saying great bars. Just give me a few dope ones.
Don't do that, man. Don't put me on the spot like that. I can think of a lot of, but I'm just saying, and it brings me back to people that want to work with people like that. People want to work with people that's an entertainer. Like, as for example, when Andre 3000 did that work with Kanye as far as Life of the Party, right?
Right.
The party was
him and Kendrick. That was dope.
Anybody that would have heard Life of the Party would be like, yo, that is a dope song. But Andre didn't know that cut was meant to diss Drake. He didn't know that. He thought it was some. Oh, okay. We talking about your mom. You talking about my mom. You know, I'm gonna go in here. Andre 3000 is a good rapper. So he went on there like, oh, okay, I'm gonna spit some bars or whatever. Woo, woo. But Kanye put it out like, oh, GD, don't play with me. He was like, wait a minute, I didn't know this was a diss record. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like people.
It happens. It's hip hop. It's hip hop.
It's the name of the game.
I mean, just like when shit, was it when Tip like T.I. dissed Luda on the Stomp remix.
Mm-hmm.
When he, you know what I'm saying, Young Buck didn't know that was happening. I mean, it is what it is. It happens, bro. Like, it happens. It is what it is. It's hip hop. At the end of the day, it's a competitive. You dig? It's competitive. It's competitive. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot and Drake was ripping rappers' heads off, nobody would say anything. But since Drake is the nice guy, no one wants him to get bothered.
Right.
I mean, he's the nice guy because they come at him because he light skinned, bro. Let's not ignore that. People come at
Why you
Drake
got to come at the light skin
skin
stuff, man?
and he fuck a lot of hoes. I'm sorry.
Look,
Hey man,
a
you are
lot of women.
You are failing miserably at this Women's History Month, bro.
I'm
Failing miserably,
you know,
bro.
my bad. I didn't mean to say that to all the ladies that's listening. You know, Drake is a likable guy. He's charming. He's entertaining. He has a lot of women. He's personable. He's funny. So a lot of guys think that a real R&B hip hop like bars. You're like, oh, who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? There's like with Soulja Boy. When Soulja Boy had a track with Kanye, and he didn't even put it on his album.
But that's what happens, bro. That's what happens in hip hop. You know how many songs people record to make an album? And people let's see. I just heard Rick Ross say he recorded over like 150, 200 songs for Richer Than I Ever Been. They record music. Everything ain't gonna go.
That's a good album
yeah,
too.
Everybody, Dr. Dre been recording Detox for 20 years,
20
bro.
years.
Like,
Right.
you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, people record music. It ain't always gonna make it. It may make a mixtape. It may make the next album. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. Pusha T, when he dropped that last album, he presented what he made to Kanye.
He's still a genius. I give you that.
Kanye scrapped all of what he had and made him do the 7 album joint that him, Nas, and Tiana Taylor did. You know what I'm saying? Where's that music? I'm sure Pusha T still has it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't go away. It's hip hop, bro. Like, everything ain't gonna make it. Every verse ain't gonna make it. Every song ain't gonna get cleared. You know what I'm saying? Like, the artist can want to rap on your song and all that, but then when the business end get up, the label might not clear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's tons of stuff like that. There's tons of those cases in hip hop, bro.
Okay.
There's tons of that.
Okay.
So I mean,
I'm just saying, I feel like
I'm
not in the music industry. I'm
not
not on.
boy.
Well, I mean, now hold on. Now, are we gonna say? Well, let me not go there.
Please don't do it, bro.
Let me not go there.
Please
I ain't gonna go there.
He didn't put Soulja on Donda too. He put Soulja on Donda too. He put him on Donda too, and hopefully he put the Chris Brown joint on there.
But I'm gonna stick with the 103,000 point Life of the Party. That song was so many people were saying that song should have went on Donda. That song didn't make it to Donda, and it's like, why didn't it? 3,000. Would y'all put Andre 3000 as a top 20 rapper of all time?
All right, I've had this conversation.
Andre 3000. Now let's not be disrespectful. Now
I've had this conversation 100 times. Now let's be honest. Let's be honest here.
This is 3,000 we talking about.
Andre 3000 can rap.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dope rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Do not get me wrong. But Andre 3000 doesn't have enough on his own to be thrown up there. Ain't nobody talking about no one takes a particular rapper from a group and put him in a top 10.
As far as
Everybody
top 20.
yeah, but I'm saying nobody's taking Prodigy from Mobb Deep and saying, "Oh, he's here." Nobody's taking Pimp C or Bun B and pulling them and saying they,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
3 Stacks is dope, but I think at a certain point in time, until, in my opinion, until Eminem said, you know what I'm saying, when he mentioned Andre's name in that lineup, that's when people started saying it. Being real. When we was in high school, wasn't nobody talking about him being one of the best rappers. So let's be real.
I'm just saying.
Just like everybody, all of a sudden, everybody's a Black Thought fan. Everybody wasn't listening to Black Thought. Even
right.
when I used to mention him in the barbershop, who you talking about? Man, nobody no dude. You so goof ass. Now everybody, Black Thought, one of the best rappers ever. Black Thought, you didn't even know who he was 2 years ago. Stop it until he killed that freestyle during it, like right before the pandemic. Then everybody was a Black Thought fan. It's people love to hop on bandwagons and create narratives and all that. Like I said,
very true.
3 Stacks is dope, but you can't separate
he's
them.
But he's not a top 20 rapper to you.
No, he's not. He's not.
AD, what you got? He's not a top 20 rapper to you?
No.
Oh, there.
I mean, okay, put it like this. Most dope ass rappers got quotables. Even when he had the opportunity to do his own album. The Love Below, that shit was trash. Let's be real. Let's be real. And then when he had the opportunity to show us he was a dope rapper, he was on that Caroline. Man, like, come on, man. Fuck out of here, man. Like, stop it. If you gonna show me you can spit, show me you can spit, man. Show me you can spit.
Leave it alone.
And I like Andre. I like him.
I do too.
Andre.
Yeah.
I can't tell y'all like him, but okay, that's cool. I mean, y'all throwing dirt on his name a lot, but that's cool.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm just saying, like, it's certain stuff that Kanye puts out, I rock with. And everybody's agreeing that he's not top 10 or maybe top 15, but would you put like Game? Would you put Game over Kanye?
As a rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah. As a rapper? Yeah, Game can rap. Yeah. That's one thing we know.
That's one thing Game can do.
He can rap.
Yeah. Okay.
He can rap.
So where is Game in your top? I want everybody to pay attention to this. All right, I'm saying this to the mic.
But he's still not a top.
Hold on.
Game still ain't top 10 rapper.
Where is Game in your top 20?
I don't know if he fits in the top. I mean, but like we said, we not putting.
So Game don't make the top 20 either.
Well, I'm saying if we're not gonna put Andre 3000 in, we're not gonna put Game in.
Y'all not putting Andre in the top 20.
That's what I'm saying. But it's my top 20.
So where is Game?
He'd probably be between 20 and 25.
Yeah.
And I like Game. I actually listen to Game music.
Yeah.
I listen to different rappers. Like, for example, has anyone ever heard of King Los?
Right.
I'm sure most of the people that said
I have not heard King Los. You got me. I don't know
who
that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And most
I don't know.
probably
I don't know what that is.
And probably the people.
But in my defense, if I've never heard of him, if I never heard of his music, how am I going to properly place him in the top 20?
Right. So that's the perfect. That's kind of a perfect segue, right? Because a lot of top 20, top 10 can be subjective, right?
Okay.
It could be perspective based off of your knowledge of who your artists are. You know what I'm saying? Or who you listen to, right? Because everybody has everybody has the regulars, right? We all know Wayne, we all know Big, we all know Jay, we all know Nas, right? We can spit them out easy. But then you have, different what people may consider underground rappers. Because, and I say underground meaning they're not really mainstream, so people don't know about them, but they got bars, right? So you got those guys who a lot of people don't know about, they're not really considering. versus some of the bigger names up and coming like K Dot and Cole, right? Things, stuff like that. So the list can be pretty subjective based on your catalog of music.
Okay.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Like everybody don't listen to the same rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't listen to people like Big Crit. We can talk battle rap. I mean, this new battle rap bully I've been trying to get into. I've been trying to get into it, bully. I like the Smack DVD battle rap more.
That's what I'm about to ask. Who you like in battle rap?
I like the Smack battle rap better because it was more rapping to me. Like now it's kind of like the guys be up there talking, giving a sermon, like, remember when this, and then they putting these concepts together that be dope, but it ain't really like rapping. It's like they kind of talking to people. We're not even covering all the Wallaces. So that's dope. They're right, because there's a rapper from Chicago that is so dope that people don't even know nothing about, and he's been doing this for over 20, 30 years. MC Juice. Anybody ever heard of MC Juice?
Okay.
MC Juice beat Eminem in a rap battle. Don't nobody even know that. Don't nobody talk about that.
Okay.
You got people like Blind Fury and all them cats. Them dudes be rapping, bro. Like them two.
I believe this. I believe
that
there's people here that got bars. So let me ask y'all real quick before we sign off. I want y'all to rank everybody that's listening, that's tuning in. I want y'all to rank them too. And my brothers is on the panel, 1 through 3. All right. I know this is tough. 1, 2, and 3. Who you got? Scarface, Rakim, KRS-One. Now I'm gonna see where y'all at as far as these bars and shit.
And 1, 2, 3.
I got Face, Kim, KRS-One. Please don't sleep on KRS-One. I just want to throw that out there.
Nobody sleeping on him, right?
Man.
The teacher, come on, man. Nobody sleeping on him.
Stop it, man.
All right.
Stop it. Chris,
I don't know, man. I mean,
the bridge is over. And they like,
right.
Boogie Down Productions.
I don't know, like, man, it's a tough one, man. And I guess for me, because I dig all of them, bro. I guess for me, it'd have to be preference.
Okay.
And my preference says my order would go Kim, KRS-One, and then Scarface.
Yep.
Okay.
Same here.
Same there?
Yeah, because Rakim was all right. If you would think, all right, put it like this. Rakim is the reason we have Nas, if you want to be technical.
All facts.
Rakim is KRS-One is a beast. Like KRS-One is probably where like people like Chuck D got they, you know what I'm saying, like they inspiration and all, you know what I'm saying. And I made, let's see, yeah, because I mean, like he's teaching, you know what I'm saying. Like KRS-One is one of them guys that, like, I mean, you know, he got a sharp pen. Like, I know he said years ago he still write battle raps against people that he ain't even got beef with, but just in case you try him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Scarface, I see you.
And Scarface is Scarface, man. Like,
yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Being
that's tough.
Being from Chicago, you already know how the older guys, like our older cousins that was, you know what I'm saying? Like our older cousins that's close to 50 now, you already know how they went hard for Scarface. You heard more Scarface in the city of Chicago than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I mean, and me being honest, I listen to more Scarface now than I do those two the other guys.
Really? Okay.
I listen to more Scarface. I was just bumping the diary.
I rock Kim lately. I've been fucking with Kim a lot lately.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I rock with, like, I'll play.
Man, you can't go wrong with none of them.
Yeah, like I'll play it.
Yeah,
I'll
can't
play
go
it
wrong with
neither
one of them.
But like, if I'm jumping the con, I'm gonna listen to Smile. Never seen a man cry. I'm gonna listen to that.
So is everybody putting KRS-One number one, or what?
Facts,
We putting Rakim too?
I'm putting.
What's the universal? What's the universal number one? Well,
Rakim is going to be the universal number one because that's all the list and the top this and the top that, and that's all. Everybody's going to say Rakim because it's the safe choice. It's what's been accepted amongst a lot of hip hop circles, so people don't want to deviate from that. But like I say, man, hip hop is subjective. Everybody's top 5, top 10 going to be different, man. Everybody's favorite rapper is different. Opinions are different. It's just all about respecting everybody's opinion, man. So that's all.
Okay. AD, your number one is Rakim?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Damn, I hate that. I feel like I love Rakim. I love Face. One, Joe, is something about that he transitioned the word rap, just the word rap. You know, I can't really explain it, man. You know, so I gotta put him number one as far as those three.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, that could be a 1A 1B conversation.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because
you gotta have KRS-One.
Because I mean,
what?
KRS-One is dope, bro. Like, I mean, dope. There's a lot of people that wouldn't even be rapping if it wasn't for KRS-One.
Okay, now I'd even change it up before we sign out. I even change it up to make it even harder for y'all. Okay, top 5. We got Nas, Big, Pac, Hov. That's 4. We gotta fill that 5th slot. Who's gonna fill that 5th slot?
Nas, Big, Pac, Hov.
Who's gonna fill that 5th slot? KRS-One, Rakim, or Face? Who's gonna fill that 5th?
Rakim.
I'm still feeling with Kim.
I'm
still gonna feel it with
you
Kim.
can't put Nas in there and not put Rakim.
Even though they kind of got the same look, you know what I'm saying?
Where Nas got it from. That's where Nas got it from. That's that going at you, you know what I'm saying? Start going at you, you know what I'm saying? That braggadocious. You know what I'm saying? That's where it came from, man. That's where it came from.
Okay. All right. That's I want to go Kim. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That top 5
it is
a tough slot to kind of to fill. But I will say that the game wouldn't be what it is without Scarface or Rakim or KRS-One. But we have to do honorable mentions to, you know, the Eminems and the people that's the people that's just outside of the top 10 that people don't want to put in the top 10. You know? There was a person even last show said in their top 10 was LL Cool J and
some people mentioned 50.
Like, so had their own preference, and
that's what I'm saying.
LL as a rapper,
everybody got their own. If I went and grabbed my older sister who's 50 and ask her who the dopest rappers are, she's gonna have a different. She gonna be in there talking about Big Daddy Kane and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
She gonna have a different top. It's based off of eras. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go get my daughter and ask her who the top best rapper is, she gonna say NBA YoungBoy. That Even though my daughter got a little more knowledge of hip hop. My daughter has a little more knowledge of hip hop. So that ain't. But if you
that
probably
average,
won't be the response, but
the
average response
13,
would
14
be
year old. The average 13, 14-year-old
Bully. I kind of like Bully a little bit. Bully
I
said
rock with Bully.
Bully ain't in his. Bully said that Pac ain't in his top 5. So Bully, who is your top 5? I'm just curious.
Come on with it, Bully.
Pac out.
Drop your 5, Bully.
Drop your 5, Bully.
Your top 5.
Because that goes back to what I said last week. I was like, Pac is a dope rapper, but I was like, he spit what you feel.
Right,
if you want to go back to lyricist, he don't fit in that. Biggie was a better lyricist.
I agree there.
He was a better lyricist.
Biggie was a better. lyrically,
Yeah, Big was better.
Christopher Wallace,
Like
one of the top 2 rappers of all time.
Like when you listen to "I Got a Story to Tell," and you listen to it and close your eyes, you can see Big in the room with like a figure of a chick.
Facts.
Grabbing
You better
grabbing a
talk to
pillowcase.
Before this nigga put a spark to him.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Around
Yeah.
shit get dark to him. Put a
You
spark
can-
to him.
And then you can envision him laughing with his homies. Oh, let me tell you what I just did,
right.
man. One of them 6'5" niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you can visualize it. Now, Pac, he spit the struggle. Pac spit that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Pac understood, like, yeah, we ain't eating. We ain't got this in our neighborhood. We don't have that. We don't have this. We don't have that. A lot of Pac music is still very relevant. Let's see. Notorious,
Big,
DMX.
Hove, DMX.
Okay. I mean, I can respect
that. Yeah.
I respect your list.
I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, because I respect it. I mean, M wouldn't be that high on mine.
My list, but I can respect that.
Yeah, but everybody got different. You digs. Everybody got different. Everybody. No, Eminem's not in my top 5. Like I said before, I like what he was doing, but then after a while, I didn't want to kill my mom. I didn't want to. I don't want to do any of that. So it was like, all right, let's get back to the.
That didn't correlate.
Yeah, it correlate with me. You know what I'm saying?
And DMX, he put in his top 5. That is super interesting, man.
I mean, X is dope.
X is dope.
X is dope. Maybe people forget X dropped 2 #1 albums in 1998. X is probably the dude that had Jay Nervous in 98. You know what I'm saying? X was the man. X drop. I mean, I don't like what happened with this last album. We're not gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But X is the man. I respect that. Yeah, X style, his lyrics. Yeah, X was different, man. Like you, I remember the first time. I'm like, this nigga
like,
just
what he just growl?
But it fit.
Okay.
It fit, and he came out at a time when all the other rappers was grabbing their
right.
their own. Like Master P was doing and, you know what I'm saying? It was just different. He like.
But I want to highlight real quick before we sign off. Bully said that he gave his top 5, which is respectable. We respect you know what I'm saying? But one person that's not in that top 5 is Nas, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys rank Nas? You know, just y'all two, you know, because obviously Bully don't want to put him in the top 5. Where is Nas? Where is he going to rank as far as?
Hey, Nas, man, Nas is the man, bro. I mean, think, man, when he wrote Illmatic, if anybody ever really listened to Illmatic,
Right.
Yeah, we listen to Illmatic, and then just think about it. Even to this day, King Disease 1, King Disease 2, Magic, like them last, like he's been killing it. I mean, him and Hit Boy ain't missed yet. They ain't missed, and I'm interested in seeing what King Disease 3 gonna sound like.
Yeah, for real, for sure.
I mean, they've been, man, bro. Nas is definitely in that conversation. He's definitely in the top 5, bro.
Yeah, he there.
Definitely in the top 5. He been killing it, man. I mean, even before, the only album of Nas that I didn't like was Nostradamus.
Yeah, that was kind of.
I didn't like Nostradamus, especially the Christmas joint. 245.
Right.
Oh, I was like,
throw that shit away, bro.
I was like, man, no, he didn't kept do this. Fam. Like, no, he didn't do this. But other than that, that's the only album I didn't particularly care for was Nostradamus. Yeah, I Am is one of my favorite Nas albums.
I think I was just the other day too. So.
I think that it's good to get other people's point of view. So, you know, Bully, we respect your top 5.
Man,
yo, Bully, thanks for kicking it with us, man.
Yeah,
Bully always around, man.
Man,
we rock with you, Bully.
Yeah, one day, man,
We're gonna get you on, man.
We're gonna have to get
Let's
Bully
get
on
Bully
the
on
camera,
here,
man.
We're gonna get
We're
Bully
gonna
on.
get Bully on
here.
the camera, man.
You
You know what I'm saying?
let's get Bully.
If you're interested,
now-
Bully, we would love to have you, man.
Yeah, let's get Bully on. So Bully, just
on,
make
man,
sure you just make sure you tell your baby mama and your kids if you got them to shut the fuck up. Don't be on the camera talking shit when we try to talk. Okay, I don't know if you got kids or not. I'm just saying, just tell everybody to be quiet for 2 hours while you on this show because we gonna get it in. I'm just bullshit. But no, man, we respect everybody, man. Thank y'all, man. We about to get ready to sign off in a minute, man. But once again, we just want to tell everybody, man, thank y'all for rocking us with us late, man, up here on the Bars and Buckets podcast. We about to do a lot of different stuff. We about to do a lot of traveling. We're gonna do a lot of interviews, man. So y'all just stay tuned, man. Make sure you tell your people to go subscribe and like to the show. I'm telling y'all, the first 100 people, man, we got a special gift for y'all, man. We gonna do something special for y'all, even if it's free throws or anything, right? So continue to rock with us, man. Bros, tell them where they can find y'all at, man, so they can go follow y'all as well.
Hey, man. Again, man, Bully said, y'all wow. For sure. Hey, Bully, man, that's what we do, man. You've been with us long enough to know, man. You family now. You might as well get used to it. But yeah, man, y'all find me, man. Find me on Facebook, Adrian Dury. Find me on Instagram, Urban Gentleman 85. And of course, as always, man, I'm gonna always pub my boys, man. Make sure y'all subscribing on Facebook, Bars and Buckets, and the Bars and Buckets page, and then the Bars and Buckets podcast crew, which is our group on Facebook. Also, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
You know it. All right, where you at, Corn?
Find me, Cornell Shelby II on Facebook, on IG gold_mine_CEO84. Hey, once again, just want to thank y'all, man, for people that have been sticking with us. Bully, I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Engaging with us, kicking it with us, laughing with us, man. Appreciate you for real, man. Come kick it with us next week. Definitely gonna be drunk next week.
Definitely gonna be drunk
come
next
kick
week.
it. The Bully kicked it with us sober, bro. He's
all right. Bully good.
He kicked it with us sober, man. So man, today,
shout out to
thank everybody, man.
Yeah, shout out to No Excuses, man.
Yo, Ship, appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to Jay, shout out to JA, shout out to James checking in. This our normal. We got a new one this week in Juan, man. Shout out to Juan for checking in.
Shout out Juan. Yo, I want to give a big shout out to Juan. Just want to give a big shout out to Juan. So Juan is about to be a dad again. His wife is actually in labor. His wife is actually in labor. And I know he took the time to come kick it with us for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying?
Love,
big shout out to Juan. Big shout out to Juan.
Prayers to your wife, bro. Successful delivery, man. That's
good luck, Ship. Thank you, Ship.
All right, you know what, man. Find me, man. Same on Facebook, Reggie Moving Forward, man. On Instagram, _Nas_Society. Look, man, we about to get back into it next week. We got even more dope show next week because next week, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, man, y'all want to tune into next week, man. We got something special for y'all, and we're not even drunk. I'm a little tipsy, but we not even drunk. Be sure y'all ready for take these free throws next week because we definitely gonna get it in, man. We gonna see y'all next week, man. Be sure y'all subscribe, man. We love y'all as always, man. Get your free throws in the air. Let's get them bars and buckets, man. We love y'all. We gonna see y'all next week, man. All right.
Yes, sir. One love.
You know it.